had a landing page that was getting about a 30% click-through rate, pretty low end. This is not for the case study. About a 30% click-through rate and about a 3% conversion rate. And then I had another campaign, another landing page on the same campaign that was getting about a 27% click-through rate, but it was getting a 5.5% conversion rate. So the second one, even though it had a lower click-through rate, it had a higher conversion rate, which ultimately produced a better ROI for that particular campaign, a little bit more higher ROI. So what I typically do is once a campaign or once a landing page has received 50 click-throughs, minimum of 50 click-throughs. So you say you may send, uh, 200 visitors to one landing page per landing page. They say 200 to one landing page and 200 to landing page 2. And once each landing page has accumulated 50 click-throughs, not visits, but click-throughs, that should be enough to determine approximately which one has the best click-through rate. And by using Tracking 202 and Prosper 202, you should be able to easily track which landing page has a higher click-through rate and also which landing page has a higher conversion rate. So here's what I would say do when you have two landing pages with the same click-through. If you have two landing pages with the same click-through, you want to have at least 15 to 20 conversions per landing page to get a good idea of which landing page converts the best. Preferably 30 plus, but 15 to 20 to make a quick decision, because a lot of times conversions don't come as fast as clicks do. So that'll help you get started there. And yeah, the rules on keyword deletion, 2 times payout. As far as like landing page, you don't really totally delete it. It's kind of like, it's more related to the ad split testing than it is keyword deletion. It's just whichever one performs better, you keep it and create a new one based off of the best performing one and continue split testing. So ultimately you want to optimize for click-through rate, because the higher the click-through rate, ultimately the higher volume of clicks you'll get through to the offer and the higher number of sales. So if I had two landing pages with a 30% click-through rate and one has a 4% conversion rate and one has a 3% conversion rate, I would take the one with a 30% click-through rate and a 4% conversion rate, create a new LP and off of that one, split test those two, and continue going from there. If you have a click-through rate of like 40% with a 3% conversion and a second landing page with a 30% click-through rate and a 3.5% conversion, I would take the higher CTR landing page just because you're going to get more volume overall. So I hope that helps. And this question I picked up somewhere on the forum. I believe it wasn't part of the case study, but I thought I would just make mention of this since it kind of applies to the case study, even though we didn't really get into the content network. But Jeremy217 asked these two questions. Should I upload all of my keywords at once or spread them out over time? Actually, I believe I did answer that one in the case study. You may not have seen that yet. What I would recommend doing is start off with about 100 to 150 keywords, especially if you have a smaller budget. Test those for a while. Weed out the bad performing ones. Start improving the better performing ones by making sure that you have them in their own separate ad group. Create specific ads for them. Continue split testing them, improving those. And while you're weeding out bad performing keywords, continue adding in small batches of new keywords and continue testing them. So then over time, you'll build up a nice pile of good performing keywords. And the number of keywords per ad group on the content network, that's a very good question. Basically, you want to have about 30 to 50 keywords per ad group in the content network, and sometimes it can go up to about 200 keywords, but you don't want to exceed 200 keywords per ad group for the content network. The reason for that is on the content network, everything is based upon a theme. So if you had just a handful of small short tail key phrases, then you're going to get a lot of traffic from a lot of untargeted sources, and so you're going to have extremely low conversion rates, and ultimately you're not going to be able to profit at all. By having 30 to 50 or and up to 200 keywords sometimes, um, that helps you get a very, very narrowly focused target for Google to understand, and they'll place your ads on the most relevant sources for that theme that they've derived from your keywords, which will give you a much higher chance of finding high performing websites that are bringing you conversions and just have your profitable campaign run off the bat. And instances that you need to use up to 200 keywords are really for key phrases or niches that have tons and tons of traffic, usually the most competitive ones, like the health market, ringtones, stuff like that. Well, guys, I hope that helped. I again want to congratulate all those who are having success with the case study. It's been a pleasure for me to be able to participating in giving y'all the case study information. Hopefully, in the near future, we can come out with some others, maybe covering the content network, maybe go a little bit more into the landing pages and ad copy, like Nikki Lakes up there would like to see more of. Um, but if you have questions, just ask. That's the whole purpose. I didn't want to get too detailed on certain topics and kind of get people so cluttered up with so much information so fast. That's why I covered just kind of like the basics of the majority of what you need to know in a PPC campaign, and then I'm looking for specific questions that I can dive into and help clear up for you. So continue asking questions in the forum. If you haven't already signed up, go ahead. Good luck to all those who are in the contest competition. I hope each one of you win grand prize, but I know that won't work. But good luck trying. At least for one person, they'll be able to win. And until next time, y'all have a good one.